YouTube, this is RC Air Review, and today I'm going over the Hawk 909 quad, or drone, however you would say this. So first, I'm going to get into the details of the Hawk 9 itself. It's a 6-axis gyro, it's a 4-channel control, so it's camera ready, as you can see right there. The box out. You can see that it says camera ready, so you can put a camera underneath it, but it does not come with one. Most people look at it and say, yeah, it has a camera on, I'm going to get it. No, it doesn't come with a camera. You have to provide your own camera. It's ready to fly. All you got to do is just charge it. It has little lights on the stems of the thing itself. Let's turn it to the backside. Backside. So you can see this. Maybe I can zoom in just a little bit. There you go. Alright, this does have a loop function, to where you can press this button and it will do a single loop like that. The loop will be right here on the controller. Right there would be the throttle, not the throttle, the pitch stick, forward, backwards, left, and right. This will be the throttle. I'll go over all that in a second. This is basically just the diagram of it, and this just shows like what comes with it. That should be all for the box itself. Now let's get, top. This is, it can do video record. It requires 6 AA batteries. It has a loop function. It's made for indoor and outdoor flying. It has LED lights on it, so everything else should be self-explanatory once you get it out of the box. Box out of the way. Here's the drone itself. I have taken it out of the box already because I've flown this several times. This is what it looks like. It's pretty big. About, if you go from one end to the other, it's the size of my arm. As you can see, from my shoulder to the tip of my hand, from corner to corner, it's the size of my entire arm. So it's pretty big. It's very sturdy. Most people think that if you hit something, these propellers will break. I can bend this propeller so far back, and it hasn't even. Look, you can see that right there. I'm bending this propeller so far back without it breaking. It hasn't even caused a fracture in it, so it's a pretty sturdy quad, as you would say. With this, the orange, whenever you look at the orange like this, that means that this is the back end, this is the front end. So if you want to press forward on the stick with the black propellers facing you, that means that you would go forward. So right now, the black is facing me and the orange is facing away. So if I wanted to press forward on the controller, it would go forward. Then right and left and back. Now, quads like this will not turn like a plane will. It will not go completely sideways. Let me zoom back out. It will not go completely sideways. It will just angle left and right, and you'll have to turn on the rudder, kind of, whatever the name is. You have to turn like this and do this at the same time if you want to do that. Let's flip it over. I'll show you how to connect it. To turn it on, you take this little stick here and this little stick here. You plug these together and you have these LED lights. Pretty neat little things. I'm going to go ahead and unplug it so I can save the battery. Now, for the camera, you can't see it, but really, like, down in there, there's no way in hell you're going to see that. But down in there, you would plug the camera up, and you have these 4 little holes where you would screw in the screws to hold down the camera to fasten it right there. You can't see it because lighting in this room and just how dark this thing is, it's not going to be able to be shown. But once you get it, you will see the instructions on how to put it on. This is your charging cord. I think it's a 2-cell. I can't remember what kind of charge cord it takes, but it is. It comes with a wall charger. So you can plug it up. It's about this long. It's pretty long. You plug it up by taking this, putting it in like that, and that will charge it. You see that little green light is on. You plug that into the wall, and it'll be charging. It takes about 30 to 45 minutes, maybe. If it's completely dead, then about an hour. I just charge it for about 45 minutes. It'll have a full charge on it, and it'll go for a long time. The funny thing is you can fly it in daytime, nighttime, anything. And here in a second, I will show you how it flies outside, because I can't fly in my room. I can fly in my room, but it's kind of loud, and it's 10:30, so I'm not going to be doing anything loud tonight, because people will probably asleep. Controller. The antenna would flip up like that. So the antenna would flip up, if you can see that. Ready? Flips up. And then you would turn it on, like so. This, right here, this would be your pitch stick. You go forwards, backwards, left, and right. Throttle, up, down, like throttle up, throttle down. These are your calibration buttons. If you're going too far forward, you want to pull back on the stick some. If your plane is hovering with this, and it's going forward a little bit, and you want it to go backwards, like this, to where it's level back out, you press this button, and the same thing goes for everything else, but you wouldn't press that same button. It does have a beginner and expert mode on it, but that would be the speed, which is right up here. I'm going to turn this off. It's right up here. I don't know if you can see that or not. Right there, yeah. So right now it's on 30, that'd be beginner. Then 60 would be expert. Then 100. What 100 is if you press this forward, it would loop forward. Press it backwards, it would do a backflip. If you press it right, it'll do a right roll. If you do a left, it'll do a left roll. But mostly I keep it on 60 because I'm a little bit more expert. 30 doesn't really give a whole lot of maneuvering. 60 gives it back for me. This is the loop button right here. So if you're facing the thing towards you with the throttle stick down, this would be your loop button. You press it once, it would do a single front flip. This button right here would be your camera button. Once you have your camera plugged in and it is working properly, you press that button, it would record or it would take your picture. Now that's pretty much it for this. I'm pretty sure, I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure that if you take this off, this little plastic piece here, I'm pretty sure you can replace that with something different. I'm not going to because I don't want to mess it up or anything. So I'm just going to keep that on there like this. These things are pretty sturdy. If you let somebody that's never flown with these before fly it, you most likely want to keep it on 30% and tell them to watch how their speed is. Don't let them go full throttle. If someone's a little bit more experienced, you put it on 60. But most of the time, you don't want to put it on 100 unless you're pretty high up. Because if you go 100, you're not going to have a whole lot of time to recover if you try to go forward. If you press and hold forward, it's going to flip and then flip again until you release it. So, you need to watch how that happens. Okay, so right now, I would show you. Right now I'm going to show you how it flies in general. Granted, I cannot do any front flips or back flips. Then pause the video, move the camera, and then I'll show you how it flies. Alright, so as you can see, I've got the camera moved. You can see my wall of planes that I have. I do have the thing set up. It's pretty loud, so I'm giving you a warning right now that this quad or drone, however you want to say it, is kind of loud, so be advised. That, I don't know if you can see that, that was on 30%. I'll take it back up one more time. This is on 30%, so that's just letting you know that it's not going to give you a whole lot. I'm going to do it one more time just to make sure that you can see it yourself. Alright, so that was on 30%. Now I'm going to show you 60. Now for the little buttons here, you press it over once for 60 and over once for 100. It's already going to be set on 30, so if you're on 60 and you set it to 30, it's going to have one beep. If you're on 30 and you set it to 60, it's going to have two beeps. If you set it from 60 to 100, three beeps. I most of the time keep it on 60. Now we'll show you right now how it does on 60. Pretty loud. So what I think I'm gonna do is I'm going to stick this thing out the window and show you how it flies at night. It can do a couple flips, but other than that, I'm not gonna completely take it really high up. It does have LED lights, but I don't want it to die or go out of range. It can go pretty high up in the sky. I don't know exactly how high up it'll go, but it can go pretty high up there. Because most of the time, meant for drones, they're meant to go really high for like overseeing things with a camera. Trying to think if there's anything else I need to inform you of before we fly. So yeah, that should be it. So now I'm going to go to that window right behind me, right there, and we're gonna do some couple loops on this thing, show how it works. Okay, so we're here. We have the plane. Or the quad or whatever, and it's dark outside. It's pretty dark, but I do have the LED lights on. And so I'm gonna go ahead and pause the video, let it get out there and sit down, and then I'm gonna adjust the camera or whatever to where you can see it just a little bit better. Okay, the camera is out. The quad is out. I'm gonna set the camera right here. Whatever you cannot see, I'm sorry. I have no control about how this camera stays up right now, so I'm just gonna do the best with what I got. And whatever you don't see, sorry, but can't control a whole lot of it, so just giving you a fair warning right now. Let's get started. Okay, so I've shown you a couple loops on it. Quad is pretty cool. I'm going to pause the video, get it back in here, and then I will conclude this video with what I will do next as a new RC Air review. Well, that concludes today's video on RC Air review. This is a Hawk 909. You can get these from hawktoys.com. It's not it's not how you spell it, like a red-tailed hawk. It's H-A-K toys.com. So make sure you give them a couple good words on their website. Buy a couple of their quads and planes. They do sell helicopters. I'm not sure if they sell planes or not, but I know they sell helicopters. Like, I'm talking really big ones. And these things are very well built. They're not flimsy. I got this from the Valley Hills Mall in North Carolina. It's pretty sturdy. It's pretty cool. I like it. I use it a lot. So yeah, that should conclude today's video. I will see you tomorrow or the day after for an apprentice, either an apprentice S15E or a Firebird Stratus. So I will see you next time.